Let's get into some things of the things, child. We got some stuff to talk about today, honey. We got some stuff to talk about. Hit that like button. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a great time over here. You meant what you said when you said it. Really be that, because I'll be understanding y'all sometimes. And when y'all know when I say y'all, you know I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about y'all. Basically, that all these people that got something to say have been actively involved in the political process in their world. I don't believe it. You ain't gonna convince me. I know y'all love me. What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Hey, how are you guys doing? Come on in. I didn't say hi yesterday, so before I even start talking, let me get in here so I can say hi to the people. Let's get in here. Let me start at the top and scroll on down. Rock Chick, Chuck, The Informed, CC, Corey, what's going on? Auntie Eva, Lovely Nola, Drinks with D. Hey, boo. Donna, Candy, Lock Queen, what's up, Nandy, 1986? Hey. Miss Jocelyn, Sweet Pea, Quake, what's going on? What up, Cruiser? Southern Belle, Des Hop, Tawanda, I finally caught a live from the beginning. Well, all right, come on in, girl. Alexis, what's going on? New Jones, Miss Marnie, Vintage, 1970. What up, Don? Keeping up with Malik, or keeping it 100 with Malik. I said keeping up. I just changed your whole name. What up, Kawali? Hey, Bilo. Lady Kenya, Cheryl, I'm not ignoring you, girl. You know what? Let me do this right now before I forget, because I've been trying to send Cheryl this email. Matter of fact, let me do it from up here. Baby, don't cuss me out too bad, Cheryl. Don't cuss me out too bad. I always, whenever I remember, I'm somewhere where I can't do it. But let me just do it right now. Hold on, Cheryl. Y'all hold on. I've been trying to send Cheryl this email for a week. Hold on. Here it is right here. Hold on. Let me send it to you right now, boo. And my apologies. Hold on. You sent it to me. You sent me your email on Instagram. Hold on. Let me do it right now. Y'all hit that like button while y'all wait. Hold on. Give me a second, child. Give me a second. Thank you for your patience. Go on, hit that like long. Hit that like long. Hit that like button. Go on, hit the like button. Hold on, Cheryl. Let me scroll down to Cheryl. There it is right there. Okay, I'm sending it right now. Hold on. Child, y'all know I can't see nothing, child. Okay, see, I probably have you in here. See. Yep, you popped right up. Look at that. I thought I already had your email for something or another. All right. Sure, I just sent you the email. And again, my apologies, child. I will remember when I couldn't do it. And then when I could do it, I didn't remember. So you have the email now. All right. Sorry about that. Child, it's not even so much that I'm busy. I just forget. I remembered earlier at work, but I was in the middle of, working. So I was like, oh, when I sit down at the computer, I'll do it. And then, of course, I didn't do it. All right. Y'all come on in. Am I the only one who gets a fake vibe about Karamo? Ooh, we're going to get to it. Those commercials that pop up beside your screen are wild. Your face is seen, but you're muted until the commercial can be skipped. Somebody else was telling me about that. See, I have YouTube Premium, so I don't see it. But I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they were talking about that. And I was like, I didn't know what they were talking about. They had to describe it to me. Yeah, YouTube is always on to something new, child. Always on to something new. What up, Ronnie? Hey, y'all, come on in. All right, I don't really have a lot of church announcements. Other than I did not forget about Ebie's trip. I think I told you guys that because we changed the date of Ebie's trip and we changed the date into 2027, that Universal does not have their 2027 calendar out yet. And I was advised to just keep calling back because they don't have a date on when it's going to be. They don't have a date when that's going to be released. So they said just keep calling back. So that's what I've been doing. So I called last week. I said I'll just call once a week. So I called last week. I meant to call yesterday, and I told y'all I had some friends that came by and I didn't get a chance to do it. So I'm gonna probably call tomorrow. As soon as I get the updated, as soon as I get the dates, I get the updated prices, then we're gonna have another live and we're gonna go through it at that time. But again, the deposit is still going to be, what did I say, $300. So just go and put your $300 aside because the deposit is not going to change. And like I told you guys before, for those of you that are interested in going, the package is going to cover your tickets into the park, your transportation from the hotel to the airport, or from the airport to the hotel, and from the hotel back to the airport. And it will cover your tickets in the park. We'll be getting the Harry Potter package. So there's certain things that are included in the Harry Potter package. And then obviously your hotel. And we're going to be staying at one of their signature hotels. And the signature hotel is like their top line, top tier hotel. That's for a couple of reasons. Reason number one is because I think that is the least likelihood. Well, no, reason number one is the Harry Potter package. No, let me rewind. Reason number one is the unlimited express pass is only offered at certain hotels. It's only offered at their signature hotels. And that unlimited express pass is like a $300 value. The second reason is the signature hotels are least likely to have children. They're going to have children. All of them are going to have kids, but they're going to probably be more kids at the mid-range because they have more kid-friendly stuff. And then, of course, obviously they're lower tier because they're more kid-friendly stuff there. I will have prices for single occupancy, double occupancy, and 4 people to a room. I gave you guys prices based on what they already gave me, but I don't want to keep yelling out those prices because I really want to wait. Because like somebody told me, I don't want people to get a number stuck in their head. I'll just wait until I have the actual price. And I will give people, I like to give people 2 paydays. Have I ever gave Westgate results in Florida? Have I ever gone to Westgate results? What? I don't know what that is. Is that a hotel? Westgate Results? Is that a hotel? I don't know what that is. Tell me what that is. Keeping it 100 with Malik. What up, Tracy? Hey, boo. So yeah, so we'll have the prices that I have will be for single occupancy, double occupancy, and then if people want to do 4 to a room. Yeah. So again, as soon as they open up their 2027 calendar and I can book, I can get those prices, then I'll open it up. And like I said, I like to give people 2 paydays. So the deposit will probably be due within a month, like 30 days from when I give you guys that price. So I didn't forget. That's the reason why I haven't really been talking about it. Okay. Hey, Symmetry. What's up, boo? I don't have any more updates on the cruise other than if you are not in the group, please make sure that you reach out to me to get added to the Instagram group. If you're not on Instagram, let me know, and I'll just have to give you like my personal phone number. Because at this point, pretty much everything we're talking about, we're just going to do it within the group. For those that are going on the cruise, they're in the group, and we've been talking in the group and sharing information. So if you are going on the cruise and you are still not in the Instagram group, please reach out to me on Instagram so I can add you. If you are not on Instagram, you need to send me an email so that I know. And I'll know you're not on Instagram. Some people are, taking friends, so I know that they can keep in touch with the people. But at this point, everybody should be checked in. Everybody should have their flight. Everybody, if you're coming in the night before, which I highly recommend, you should have your hotel. The t-shirts are being mailed out this week. So we should start getting the t-shirts. If please let me know in the group as soon as you get your t-shirt. Just let me know so we can start keeping a gauge on people getting their shirts. But I talked to James last week. The t-shirts are finished. He was just getting the packaging and stuff together so he could put them in the mail. And he told me he would have them all in the mail by the end of this week. So today's Wednesday. So yeah. Chuck, email James about it. I don't want to say no because I don't want to speak for him, but email him about it if you want a t-shirt. I would just reach out to him. Westgate Resorts are luxury condos. You can. Well, we're going to stay at a Universal property because that's going to be the better price. We're going to get the better bang for our buck staying at a university property, but I will definitely I'll look into them for future trips for different things. But we're going to, but for this trip, we're going to stay on a Universal property. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I've done it. I mean, we're not doing. We're staying at a Universal property. But yeah, like I said, Westgate Resorts. I'll keep that in the back pocket for future. You know, if I have people that are just trying to go or they don't want to stay on a Universal property, but staying on a Universal property is actually, again, it's just a better bang for our buck for what we're doing. But yeah, but thank you very much. Y'all know I'm still getting all this stuff together, so I'll take all 2 cents. I don't even say like 2 cents. That didn't come out right. All suggestions. That's the better way of saying it. Yeah. All right. So let's get ready to get into it. I think that's the candle event. Everybody, Cheryl was the last person I needed to send the email to. So everybody should have their email at this time, which has all of the information. Again, if you guys have any questions, email me. Oh, the cookies in the back. Matter of fact, I need to put my snow up there since they call it for this weather. You know, I didn't make my tea. I didn't make my tea before I started, y'all. I just ate. I finally got my hibachi, so I just ate it. And y'all know I don't eat as much, so I ate a little bit, and then I put the rest of it in the refrigerator. I'll probably eat the rest tomorrow or over the weekend. I got my groceries. They called it for a storm. My groceries were delivered a few minutes ago. That was kind of why I had to push the time back a little bit so I could put my groceries away. So yeah, matter of fact, I need to call my hairdresser and see if I can go to the hairdresser tomorrow because I'm overdue. Y'all know my regular hair appointment was Saturday that just passed. So since I may or may not be able to go this Saturday, I need to see if I can go to her tomorrow when I get off work or Friday. Because baby, I told y'all before, it look all right on the outside, but up underneath here, it's a whole situation going on. It's a whole situation going on up in here. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I think that was really it. We will do Salt Lake City after this because I'm going to just go ahead and get it out the way. I don't really have a lot for Salt Lake City. But I do want to talk about this whole situation with Meredith and Brittany and the anti-Semitism. I have some thoughts. So we'll do that, but it's probably not going to it ain't going to be a lot. Got your French toast, or is that a Jersey thing when it storms? Oh, you supposed to have French toast? I've never heard of that before. I didn't know nothing about it. Okay, so we'll be talking about today. So hold on. Child, I didn't write down my list. We'll be talking about. Okay. So we'll talk about Karamo's drama. We're gonna talk about Gizelle, Taylor Swift. Since y'all had such a good time talking about white people business yesterday, I guess we'll get into some more white people business tonight, honey. But let me see what else I saw today in my travels before we get to those top stories. Let's see what else we saw in our travels. Power Origins has begun filming. I'm a little torn on it because 50 Cent is such an asshole, but I really love Power. So, Hill Hopper is going to be on there. Tanya Perkins. She used to be on All My Children. She's going to be on there. So, it's coming. That's all I can say. It's coming. Good news for my educators that still have that still have student loans. As you guys know, they were going to start garnishing people's wages that owed money. No, not Angie. She wasn't Angie. She wasn't Angie. But it looks like the Department of Education is temporarily pausing the wage garnishment. I'm going to be honest. I don't trust anything when it comes to this administration. So all I can say is whatever y'all were doing, continue to do it. Try to find a way to get, I don't know what to tell y'all. Do the best y'all can. Do the best y'all can. Because I just don't trust nothing when it comes to these people. I just don't. I just don't trust nothing. Tanya and my brother are old friends. I hope he gets a part. Well, listen, in 2026, I'm going to manifest an interview with your brother, Chuck. That's one of the things that I do have on. I'm not gonna tell y'all everything that's on my bingo card. For those of you that are in my membership, y'all know what I'm talking about when I say my bingo card. And I shared some of the things on my bingo card with you guys when we talked this weekend. But one of the things I do have on there, I told you guys I was going to be more aggressive about interviews this year. So I do have that on there. I think I said I was going to do 5 interviews this year. I have one person that I have, well, 2 people actually that I have in mind. So I'm going to reach out to them. I said I was going to wait till after the cruise, but I'm going to reach out to them so we can do that. Okay, Ladies of London, Bravo dropped the trailer for Ladies of London. You guys, we found out that that Bravo was going to do a Ladies of London. It's going to debut or premiere, I should say, on March the 5th. And they did drop the trailer. I'm going to be honest, the trailer didn't make me want to run out and watch it, but I'll probably watch the first episode and make a decision if I feel like talking about it. I'm going to just be honest with you. I never watched the Ladies of London, like, well, what was it? What do they call it? Whatever the first one was that Stansberry was on, that Carolyn Stansberry was on. I never watched it. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think I am excited to watch this, but I mean, I'll put it in my DVR and see what it do. We'll find out. It might be a surprise. I wasn't excited about Salt Lake City, and who knew? I'm doing my best to make it happen to maybe him. Listen, I'll take it. I would even take an interview with Tanya about origins and her whole career. So I'm open. It was called Ladies of London, and it was pretty good. Okay. Well, this one is called Ladies of London: The New Reign. So it's the same. So okay, it has the same title. Yeah. The reason, there's no real reason why I didn't watch it. I wasn't doing YouTube back then. And those were the days. I'm sure DVRs existed back then because I've had a DVR for years. I mean, I've had a DVR for a very long time. It just never appealed to me. I watch shows now that I probably wouldn't have watched if I was just watching it for my own pleasure. So that was just one of those shows that just didn't do it for me. You know what I mean? It didn't make me want to run out and watch it. So, but I'm in a different space now, so I am going to watch the first episode, and like I said, I'll see if I feel like talking about it. I didn't. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the trailer again because I watched the trailer, but I was half watching it because I was at work, so it was like playing in my ear while I was doing something else. So I was kind of half watched it. No, Kim, we haven't gotten there yet, boo. So, there is one to my, okay. It looks like it's one black girl, but you can't tell in these pictures. By the time they airbrush them and people got the lip fillers and the tanning and they wear wigs and all of that, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know the origin of these people, the ethnicity of these people. From the trailer, it looked like there was at least one black lady. Now, I will say this. I find it interesting, and I'm not getting ready to say this to offend anybody. So please don't nobody get offended. Hey, oh, look who them dropped down. Hey, Phil. So please nobody get offended what I'm getting ready to say. But I don't know how I feel about a man being on the main cast of a show called Ladies of London. And I'm not saying that from he's not a lady. I'm just wondering who this man is and what is his role. Like for him to be on the front on the picture with the main cast, he must be deep into it, you know? Right, Phil? Isn't it? That's weird. Like the name of the show is Ladies of London. Here's the picture right here. I'm gonna show y'all. The show is called Ladies of London, and that's the cast picture. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like if you were going to cast a man as a main cast, maybe you should have just changed the name. But we'll see. I don't know if he's gay or not. I still don't like it being called Ladies of London. Because again, I know that in the gay community, gay men call each other girl all the time. And I get it. I understand that. That's a thing that's within the gay community. But I have a problem with them referring to him as a lady of London. Again, that's me. I just feel like if you were going to make a man main cast, change the name. I mean, you could have came up with so many other ways of saying that. Well, you housewife. Well, I mean, but to me, calling somebody a housewife when they're not a housewife is for me, it's not the same as playing with people's gender. And he may not be offended by it. And I'm pretty certain that he's gay. I don't know that to be a fact. But pretty certain he's gay. So clearly he don't give a damn. But it's just weird to me. Maybe that's his pronoun. The fact that you said maybe that's his pronoun, again, that could very well be his pronoun, but it don't look like that's his pronoun. But listen, I don't know. We'll wait till the show comes out and see where it falls. He may just, I don't know. Maybe he was not intended to be on the main cast, but he blew that. Like he took over the scene. You know, sometimes people just have star power and they're like, okay, we got to put you on here. But I just find it interesting because we've had gay men, let's just call a thing. We've had gay men be major parts of Housewives before and not be, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just, I just don't like it. And again, I'm not trying to offend nobody. I'm not going to make a big deal about it. I'm not going to boycott the show because of it. I just find it interesting. You know. Let's not start adding men to the women. Yeah, I just feel like they could have just named it something else. It's real easy. Like Bravo has other shows that have co-ed cast and they just call it something else. But again, I will wait until we get there. Again, it just struck me as odd when I looked at the cast picture and I was like, ladies of London. And he's not a lady. So anyway. Okay, so the black woman is the lady. Is it Weymouth? Her name is Emma. Her father is Nigerian and her mother is white. Okay, thank you, Sims Overdose. Appreciate that. Thank you. Divas of London House. Now, see, I like that. I like the swing of that. I like that name. I kind of like that name better than Ladies of London. London House. I like that. I don't know why that hit me like that, but that hit me real nice right there. London House. Nate, I like it. I like London House. Divas of London isn't bad, but I don't know. Something about London House hit me. What up, Brandon? Hey, boo. But anyway, moving right along, child. Listen, we'll talk about it on March the 6th, honey. We'll talk about it on March the 6th. All right. In the news, DUH exclamation point. Wiz Khalifa discovers his fifth great grandfather was enslaved in Alabama and says, I feel some type of way. I'm going to read that to you one more time. Wiz Khalifa discovers his fifth grandfather was enslaved in Alabama. Quote, I feel some type of way. End quote. Wiz Khalifa confronted history that hit closer to home than any chart topper when he appeared on PBS Finding Your Roots, learning that his family's past is directly tied to American slavery. In a recent episode hosted by Dr. Henry Louis Gates, the rapper discovered that his fifth great-grandfather, Howard Williamson, was enslaved in Alabama in the 1870s and lived next door to the family that owned him. The revelation visibly shook Wiz Khalifa, admitted the legacy still stings. Quote, I think I'm programmed to feel a little bit pissed. End quote. He said the man who owned his fifth great-grandfather, but just him owning my family just sounds crazy. That sounds wow. I feel some type of way about that. Excuse me. Excuse me, sir. So where the fuck did you grow up? Like, what America did you think you grew up in, sir? Wiz Khalifa? What America did you think you grew up in that you didn't think that if they went all the way back in your lineage that you were not in some way, shape, or form connected to slavery? Now, the reality of the situation is, contrary to popular belief, not all black people were slaves. We got that. I understand. Not all black people in the United States prior to 1865 were slaves. Got it. We know that. But what we also know is that the probability is high, very high, that between your mama's side of the family and your daddy's side of the family, somebody was a slave. The probability is high. I don't know the percentage. I ain't going to throw it out because the minute I throw it out, somebody going to try to tell me I'm wrong. So I'm not even going to throw out what the percentage is. But let's just say, can we say over 80%? Can we say there's probably over an 80% chance that on between your mama's side and your daddy's side that slavery existed if you are a black person in America? For those of us, and when I say, I'm talking about people who, you know, more than second, third generation black Americans. I'm not talking about people who families are from the Caribbean or they know. I ain't talking about y'all. I'm not talking about the people who can trace their lineage and they know that their grandfather came over from Jamaica and their grandmama came over from, Bermuda. I ain't talking about y'all. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about us, people like me who, great grandparents were Americans. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And the fact is you talking about your fifth great grandfather. So what the fuck? So you really smoke too much weed. You smoke entirely too much weed. And I know that you grew up in Pittsburgh, but you had to know. He raising kids. Moving right along. I can't. I just can't. All right. Let me see what else we got going on here. All right. That is true. I mean, he did date, what's her name? The one that supports Trump now. Y'all know I can't think of her name now. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Amber Rose, that's her. Thank you, Tawanda. Amber Rose. Anyway, moving right along. Now for my Real Housewives of Potomac people. We saw that episode on Sunday night. We talked about it on my review. We talked about it on Whether You Like It or Not panel. We talked about, can one of my mods drop the link for the voting, please? If you haven't voted today, please vote for the Starlight Awards. Vote for me, vote for Ebie, vote for El Teddy. And look, I know that I think there's a category that me and El Teddy are in the same category. For people who support El Teddy, I ain't mad if y'all alternate. You can vote 3 times a day. You can vote for him. You can vote for me. Wouldn't that be great if it was a tie between me and El Teddy? You know what I mean? So I don't want y'all to feel no ways tied, okay? If y'all like, damn, I feel bad I voted for El Teddy, don't. You can vote 3 times, though. So just turn around and vote for me. It's okay. Hell, quiet as Kevin, loud as it is, I done voted for El Teddy, too. I vote for me, and then I turn around, I vote again, and I vote for him. Okay, anyway. So... Excuse me. So on Sunday night's episode, Mauricio made a cameo. If y'all don't know who Mauricio is, that's Kyle Richards' husband. They're still married, to my knowledge. They're separated, but they are still married. That is her husband. And they're, like I said, they're separated, and Mauricio made a cameo. Well, while Mauricio made a cameo, the women were flirt. You know, the women was a little thirsty. The women was feeling a little thirsty, and Ashley though was thirstier. There it is. Excuse me. Thank you, Tracy. There it is right there. Ashley was thirstier. Ashley was thirstier to the point where Gizelle went and found her and basically told her, absolutely not. She is a housewife. We don't do that. We're not crossing those lines. Keep your thirsty ass over here. I mean, that's what she told the girl. Okay. Keep your thirsty ass over here. Okay. Well, according to Kyle said that after they filmed that scene, Gizelle actually called her and told her what happened. No, I'm sorry, she didn't call her. She texted her. She texted Gizelle. She says that Ashley Darby was weird for flirting with Mauricio. She said, you're embarrassing yourself doing that on camera. Gizelle Bryant texted Kyle after the scene because she felt uncomfortable. So she texted Kyle and was like, look, I told Ashley she was looking real thirsty out here and she was looking a fool and embarrassing herself. But I just want to let you know, before you see it on camera, what had went down. Now, I'm going to be honest. On one hand, I know a lot of people are like, Gizelle is no friend to anybody. She throwing Robin under the bus. Now she ratting out Ashley. But on the flip side of that, I guess Gizelle was like, listen, I just want to let you know that they filmed this scene. You know Bravo messy ass is going to show it. So I'm going to just let you know what went down. I'm going to just let you know what happened so you can just, just so you don't see it for the first time on camera. Now, on one hand, and I put that in my title. I did put in my title, Gizelle is no one's friend. I did put that in my title. But I'm going to be honest, we don't know what Gizelle's relationship is with Kyle versus her relationship. I mean, we know she says that Ashley is her best friend. But y'all, let's call a thing a thing. Y'all know, like I know, that Gizelle wasn't checking for Ashley until Robin left the show. Can we be honest about that? Can we be honest and say that Gizelle really did not have any friends on that show except for Robin Dixon? And now we questioning that. And again, I also feel like there's an extent of just professional courtesy to say, look, we know what this is. We understand we're filming a show, so we know that they're going to keep that. So I want you to know, I want you to hear from me before production tells you something, before you hear about it somewhere else. I just want you to know, I don't necessarily think she was wrong for telling Kyle about it. I'm going to be honest. I don't think she was wrong for telling Kyle. Xavier said, I disagree. Ashley has been her sidekick since season 3. They've been sneaky with it. Okay. I definitely think she's her partner in crime, but being somebody's partner in crime and being their friend are two different things. But I see what you're saying. I know know if it were me, she said she could get the draws though. She said that in her confessional when production asked her, she was not throwing the draws at Mauricio. And I think, and I understand people, because we talked about this on the panel too. I think that's what the difference is. The difference is me saying that I think a man is fine and he could get some when I'm talking in my confessional once, because remember, they film these confessionals months after they film. Like these confessionals are done after they're done filming the show, and they're looking back on the moment, and production is asking them questions looking back on the moment. So it's not like they asked her that the same day. They asked her that looking back, and they were like, do you? And they probably asked her because we very seldom hear production's questions. We only hear their answers. So production probably asked her something along the lines of, "Well, don't you think Mauricio was fine?" And she was like, "Hell yeah, he fine. Like if I got along with him, we might be laying down horizontal." To me, that ain't the same as actually following that man through that damn restaurant, talking about what you doing tonight, or where you going to be tonight, or where you guys going to be hanging out. First of all, Ashley, girl, did you remember you flew a plane to Aspen? You weren't going to be there. You weren't going to be there. So what you mean? Well, where y'all going tonight? What you doing tonight? Girl, you going to be back at that Airbnb with no running water. That's where you going to be. Oh, Kim said so. Gizelle only he said Gizzard. So Gizzard only show loyalty to white. Ooh. I'm like, Qual was wrong as to Lord. Here he come. Phil, we talked about this 2 days ago. We talked about Quad and Gizelle 2 days ago. Here you come. Thank you for the super chat. Let me read y'all what Phil said. Phil said, wrong one. Phil said, I'm late. Quad was wrong as two left shoes. Trying to start beef over those comments was the same attention-seeking behavior from Quad as always. Okay. All right. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, boo. No one was starting beef. It was calling out the shade. Phil is the equivalent to Busy Blue. Busy gonna fall out the side. Busy about to fall out the sky right now and be like, excuse me? Busy about to tumble out the sky now. Excuse me? I really wish y'all could be privy to some of the conversations that we have backstage and in the text message. Because we be like, because I'm going to tell you on Monday, Busy was tired. I was tired. Scotty wasn't there. And y'all know T is still recovering. Baby, before we even got started, backstage, we was like, Busy, we don't need none of your shit tonight. We were like, Busy, we ain't fighting with you all night tonight. Like, we ain't fighting with you tonight, Busy. Oh, wait a minute. Atalia said, thank you for the super chat, boo. Atalia said, I think Phil is busy spam account. They're definitely birds of a feather. They are definitely birds of a feather. I can confirm they're not the same person, but they are definitely birds of a feather. I'm not mad about Quad letting the people know to put some respect on Married to Medicine, one of the most consistent shows on Bravo. Exactly, because Bravo really does do Married to Medicine dirty. They really do. They do. And I wasn't mad at Quad. Listen, let me tell you something. The one thing I have to say is, Gizelle, what you have to get used to, and we end up fighting with Busy, I know. But what I need you to get used to, Gizelle, is if you're going to do a podcast and you're going to speak about people and things, then when you run into those people, they have a right to address those things. Sorry, not sorry. And I'm not even mad at Quad for doing it publicly. You said it publicly. See, look, what did I tell y'all? Look who done fell out the sky. What did I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all? Here come Busy. I love you so much, Busy. You just don't know. You be right on time. You are right on time. Who texts Busy? Did somebody text Busy and tell him to get over here? I just said Busy about to fall out the sky. Here he come. Look, there they putting the bees in the chat. Look at y'all putting y'all bees in the chat for Busy. Y'all, that's my boo. Let me tell y'all something. And I know we tell y'all this all the time, but some of y'all just don't believe us. Most of y'all do, but some of y'all really don't believe us. We love each other for real, y'all. We fight like siblings, but we love each other for real. We fight like siblings, but we love each other for real. That's my boo. I don't know how long you've been in the clouds, Busy, but Phil made a comment about Quad, and the people said that that Phil reminds them of Busy. And I said, be careful. I said, Busy about to come out Busy about to fall out the sky. And then here you come. Like literally Busy was right on time. Like 5 minutes later, here you come. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm gonna just be honest. Like I said, I think that, and I'm gonna give y'all a perfect example. Since Busy's here, I'm gonna give y'all a perfect example. Y'all know that Busy, and I know Busy is friends in real life with Candace. They know each other from college. They went to Howard together. They know each other in real life, right? And that's his friend in real life. So there have been times when, if I wanted to, I never pressed it because I'm not that person. But let's just say I'm over at Busy's house one time and Candace came by. If Candace decided to say, okay, I've been watching your reviews, you'd have had some shit to say about me over the years, I would have to eat that because I said it. You know what I mean? Like, I would have to eat that. I'd have to be like, well, yeah, that's how I felt. Now, if I ever was around Candace and got to know her, I might feel differently, but I'm reviewing what I see on the show. But if she sees me, she has a right to address me. I've been talking about her. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing when I told y'all when I interviewed Buffy for Married to Medicine. When I interviewed her, the first thing I said, well, I didn't always agree with you. She said, oh, I know. I watched the reviews. I know exactly how you felt about me. Okay, but I said it. I meant what I said. You know what I'm saying? I meant it. So I just think that when we go into these arenas, we open up the conversation. If we say something about somebody, I feel like they have a right to respectfully address us. And I don't think that Quad was disrespectful. I think Quad was checking Gizelle though, but I don't think she was disrespectful. But I think she had every right to do it. Busy said I wouldn't bring Candace around none of y'all. I know. I understand. And my feelings ain't hurt. I understand. Hold on, y'all, before Busy say something. Hold on. Mentioning the views was disrespectful. I don't think it was disrespectful. I think she was checking her because what Gizelle, in that conversation, what Gizelle was insinuating is that they were getting desperate at Married to Medicine. That they were desperate, so they were recycling people. So I think once again, I think she was checking her to be like, well, the numbers don't lie. You said we're recycling people. You making it seem like we desperate. The numbers don't lie, my love. Our numbers are better than your numbers. But y'all know, me and Phil only agree once a month on a blue moon on the third Sunday. You know what I mean? Like, me and Phil been agreeing too much lately. We got to disagree, child. We got to disagree. They were talking about the network. No, they were not talking about the network, Phil. They were talking about the shows. They specifically said Married to Medicine. Real Housewives of Atlanta. They didn't say, so is the network recycling people? That is not what they were talking about. See how Phil be moving the goalposts? That is not what they're saying. That is not what they were saying. Because they weren't talking about Potomac recycling people. Even though we'd have seen Sharice. Sharice is the most non-member of the show, being on the show, person I ever seen in my life. The implication was that they were recycling for views, and Quad checked her to say, my views are good. Thank you, Kia. Thank you. Agreeing. Thank you. Anyway, moving right along. Quad is not my favorite, but even I think she was justified in getting neck and ankles. Now, I will say, listen, I'll apologize to Candace for everything I ever said if I could hear Candace say that shit in person. Not today, Satan. Not today, neck. Baby. Whoo, Jesus. Anyway. Whoo, Lord. Hey, Dr. Mac. Baby, that was some good stuff. But yeah, so again, do I understand why Gizelle sent Kyle a text? I do. I do. I think that when you're filming these shows, especially if you've been the type of person that's been blind, like if you're a housewife and you've been blindsided before about certain things being filmed and nobody telling you, and you have to find out when you see the episode, I can understand. Sorry. I can understand somebody. I can understand her sending a text. I'm gonna be honest. I could. You also have to remember when they're filming these is not when we're seeing them. So they filmed these scenes 7-8 months ago. So Mauricio and Kyle's marriage status might have been in a different place. We know they were separated. They've been separated for a while, but you know, maybe I don't know. I'm and all the things that I could have an issue with Gizelle, this ain't one of them. I definitely can see why she did it, if I'm being honest. I don't understand why Kyle felt the need to tell us that Gizelle did it, if I'm being... That's the person I'm siding. I'm like, girl, you ain't have to tell nobody, though. Like, you didn't have to tell us that she did that. Like, I feel like Kyle might have violated girl code more than Gizelle did. The fact that Mauricio walked up to Gizelle and called her by name and had to be introduced to everybody else should let y'all know that there's a relationship there. Not sexual, but if you walk into a room full of people and you only speak to one person and you had to be introduced to everybody else, what that tells me is Mauricio and Gizelle have been around each other before to the point where they're at least on a first name basis. And somebody might say, well, maybe they edited that out. Okay, well, they didn't edit out Gizelle introducing him to people. So it's clear that Gizelle and Mauricio have a connection. Like I said, I'm not saying they're best friends. I'm not saying any of that, but they know each other to the point where Mauricio was like, hey, Gizelle, what's going on? And they hugged each other. So yes, to me, it stands to reason that she has a different sort of a relationship with Kyle. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. And maybe Gizelle is trying to get an invitation to Kathy Hilton's party. I mean, wasn't Candace at Kathy Hilton's party last year? I feel like I saw Candace at Kathy Hilton's party. I could be wrong, but I feel like I saw her there. Was that the season that Kyle was on? I know the season that Kyle was on Ultimate Girls Trip, that was Kenya and Cynthia. That was when Kenya and Cynthia got into it. I don't remember if Gizelle was on that particular one. Because I know Gizelle was on the one in Bali with Portia and Heather and Whitney. That's when they hid her tequila, child. Remember when they hid Gizelle tequila and they accused Candace of doing it? I did get my groceries, honey. They delivered my groceries earlier tonight. But listen, it's funny because I got a freezer full of food. I mean, I didn't even know how I was gonna get all that food in the freezer, and I still feel like I don't have enough. Because baby, they are talking about a lot of fucking snow. Let me read y'all the update. Let's see what the storm center is saying. Let's read the update on what they saying on the storm center, honey. Let's read the update. Because I ain't even been looking at it today. I just know snow coming. All right, let's see. So they talking about snow listen, they talking about snow showers tomorrow. Well, tonight. But I mean, they ain't talking about no accumulation, just some little flurries. Okay, so let's look at Saturday because it's supposed to start snowing on Saturday. So let me scroll down here to Saturday, honey. Friday, okay, Saturday. Okay. So according to what I'm looking at on my Fox 5 weather app, okay, Saturday is supposed to start snowing. Why it ain't going past that? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me go into the daily channel. So now it's not saying it's supposed to start snowing on Saturday. Now it's saying it's going to start snowing on Sunday. It's saying on Saturday evening, watching a potential winter storm, periods of snow, low around 15 degrees. So it's supposed to start snowing in the evening on Saturday, which is good because people get all day Saturday to do what they need to do. And then on Sunday, it's supposed, let me read y'all what it's saying for Sunday. Watching a potential winter storm snow during the morning will become a mix of wintry precipitation during the afternoon. Chance of precipitation is 100%. So we gonna get some snow. They said it's 100%. Snow and ice accumulating 5 to 8 inches. So that's what's going to happen during the day Saturday. But then, during the day Sunday. But then Sunday night, it says a wintry mix in the evening will transition to mainly light snow, very cold, chance of precipitation 90%, snow and ice accumulation 1 inch. I don't know where people are getting this 20 inches from, because that's what my students were saying. Oh, it's supposed to be 20 inches of snow. I said, who told y'all 20 inches of snow? Who told y'all 20 inches? But it does sound like we're going to get about 8, they said, 7 to 8 inches of snow and ice. So if it does what it say it's going to do, I probably won't have to go. I'll probably be out of work Monday and Tuesday. Your app says that. What app you using? Your app says 20 inches? Italia, what app are y'all using? You know what? I have a little bit of salt. I don't have enough. And I'm sure it is selling out. Shit. That's where I should have stopped today on my way home. I should have stopped at Home Depot. Damn it. The weather app on the iPhone. Well, I'm looking at my Fox app, which is local. Hold on, let me see what the weather app is saying on the iPhone. Okay, I'm on the weather app for the iPhone. Let me see what it's saying. Okay. All right, it's saying Saturday. Okay, snow. Saturday's low will be 8 degrees. Bitch. I have to pull out an extra blanket for my bed. Well, I got let me tell you something. I got this comforter. Bitch. Okay. 6 a.m. Wait a minute. Saturday. Okay. The high will be 19 degrees. Between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m., the temperature range will feel like, okay. Okay. What app y'all looking at? Because I don't see what y'all talking about. Okay, that's Saturday. Hold on. Let me go to Sunday then. Because I don't see what y'all talking about, no 20 inches. Oh, shit. Yes, I do. Never mind. I see what y'all talking about. Shit. It does say 19 to 23 inches. My God. Then why aren't they calling this a blizzard? That's a fucking blizzard. 19 to 23 inches? I watched Top and Shut too. I haven't seen it today, though. I haven't watched the news today. Bitch. Y'all listen, I'm I'm fine as long as my power don't go out. I don't give a fuck. Long as my power don't go out, I got food here. I got plenty of water. I have food. I told y'all my freezer is full. I got food to eat. Praise the Lord. Praise him for him all blessings flow. But can we just pray that my power don't go out? Oh, I'm so glad that my sister lives with my sister and her husband live with my parents, because I don't have to worry about making sure they good. I'm gonna call them in the morning and see if they need me to run to the store and bring them anything. But I am so glad. Crazy homebody girl, I don't see us getting 20 inches either, but I do that. But if they call it for 20 inches, we're gonna probably get 10. If they call it for 20, we're gonna get 10. And 10 inches is still a lot of fucking snow. I need to make sure that all of my I have 2 chargers, I need to make sure my chargers are. I do not have a generator, no. Yeah, I had to make sure all my stuff is charged up, and I make sure my my batteries, my chargers, that can plug in the y'all know what I'm talking about. I have a couple of those. I need to make sure all of those are charged up too. I'll make sure my tablet is charged up. I'll make sure both of my computers have a full charge. So if y'all don't see me, y'all know I ain't got no power. But we're gonna pray that my power don't go out. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Because again, I don't care about being stuck in the house. I can keep myself company. I got plenty of shit to watch on TV. I got books to read. I ain't even finished Scotty's book yet. I can finish Scotty's book. I can watch. I got plenty of shit to watch. I can come talk to y'all. But child, we get 10 inches of snow. I might be out of work the whole damn week while you playing. Shit. Anyway, all right, let's get to it, because I want to get y'all Salt Lake City review. Not Charlotte's supposed to get 7 to 9 inches. School finna be closed. Yeah, 7 to 9 inches in Charlotte. Y'all ain't going back to school till spring break. My gosh. Scooter Boop gonna be home. He gonna be home for 2 weeks. Yeah, Kyle said it's already drama on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. She said they just started filming it this week and they already fighting, child. Anyway, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely put gas in my. Yeah, I always have a full tank of gas. My dad taught me that, and I'm gonna have to go get some ice tomorrow, even though I know I'm gonna have to get some ice tomorrow. I'm gonna go by Home Depot tomorrow on my way home. I have some ice here. I just don't have a lot. So I'd rather have more than I need. You know what I mean? I have enough to lay a foundation Saturday, but I want to be able to put more out there. I also need to go and get some cash. So hopefully some people will come by to shovel my damn snow. The last couple of winters, my neighbors have looked out for me. What did I say? Y'all keep saying salt. What did I say? Oh, I said ice, child. I meant salt. Shit. I meant salt. Yeah, I don't know to get no ice. I meant salt. The last couple of winters, like I said, my next door neighbor, he's when he goes out to shovel his, he shoveled mine. He doesn't do my walkway. No, yes, he does. He does my walkway and he does the in front of me. But I want to make sure I have some cash so I can pay if somebody come by, if some kids come by, I can pay them to clean off my car and shovel or whatever. Let me tell y'all something. I had a shovel. Somebody stole my shovel. I had a shovel. Somebody stole my damn shovel. Because I don't have a lot of storage inside of my house. So I just have my shovel out on my front porch for the winter. And then when winter is over, then I put it, I put it down in the basement somewhere. Baby, I was like, if you needed a shovel, you could have just used it and brought it back. Why'd you have to steal it? But anyway. So anyway, with that being said, child, let's get to these last couple of stories because I don't have much more to talk about. Let's talk about Karamo. Now, We told y'all yesterday that Queer Eye for the Straight Guy is doing their press run for their 10th and final season over on Netflix. And it was reported that Karamo wasn't gonna be there or whatever. And you know what? I'm gonna Instacart some ice. I ain't going to that. I mean, I said ice again. I'm gonna Instacart some snow. Because I'm not Instacarting no snow either. I'm going to Instacart some salt. I'm going to do that when I get off of here so they can deliver it tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do. Because I don't feel like going in the damn... Do y'all know what the Home Depot going to look like tomorrow? So, Karamo, we talked about a little bit yesterday that Karamo decided that he was not going to go on... that Karamo is not going, he's not going to do the press tour. And he made a comment about having to deal with mental abuse for years and, protecting his mental health, yada, yada, yada. Now, let me say this. Yesterday's report, and we listened to his statement that he made about having to endure mental abuse for years and just not wanting to put himself in that space, right? But then today, the people said, I'm going to read y'all what the people said down to the TMZ, because y'all know TMZ broke the story. TMZ said the following. TMZ said, well, I'm reading the Jasmine brand, but TMZ broke the story. It says that as recently reported, Karamo said he opted out of the appearance to protect his mental health and avoid what he described as bullying. His co-stars Anthony, Tan, and Jonathan later said they were surprised by his decision. Since then, the internet has been speculating about what exactly caused the apparent rift, and it now seems the picture is becoming clearer. According to an insider who spoke with TMZ, things took a turn during filming in Washington, D.C. last summer when Karamo brought his mother to the set. The source claims that she was wearing production headphones and watching the action when Karamo stepped away. During that time, she allegedly overheard Anthony, Tan, and Jonathan making negative comments about Karamo, including remarks about his life choices. She later relayed everything to her son, and things reportedly haven't been the same since. The outlet added, however, that Karamo and Jeremiah remain on good terms. Notably, he is also the only Queer Eye co-host Karamo still follows on Instagram. Now, here's why I'm confusion. Let me find it. Now, I found this earlier today.
I was bullied as part of a group on the reality show Queer Eye. I was bullied as part of a group on the reality show Queer Eye. And saying this.
Now, let me be fair. Let me be fair. I don't know if this is AI. I have to give that disclaimer because I don't know if this is a real. Oh, you know what? Never mind. This is AI. Never mind. It's AI. Never mind. See, that's why you gotta be careful about this shit. So, the statement he made yesterday made it seem like this was something that had been ongoing, but now it seems like that this was just a situation. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. I should not say that. You know how you can feel a way about somebody, but you don't have proof? You know what I'm saying? It's like, wait a minute, I feel like they talking about me, but I don't know if they really talking about me. Wait a minute, I feel like they snickering behind my back, but I don't really know if they snickering behind my back. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like So maybe that's how he's been feeling. Like, I feel like I'm not really with them. I feel like I'm not really in the crowd. I'm not part of the clique, but that sort of confirmed it. And as for the rest of the Queer Eye, how dumb are you? I mean, even if his mom didn't have on the headphones, he's literally right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were filming in DC over the summer. So we're talking about 6 months ago. This is what I'm gonna say. I don't know Karamo personally, so I don't have no dog in that fight. I know I wasn't crazy about Karamo after his season on Queer Eye. I mean, after his season on The Real World, but that was like 20 years ago, y'all. I don't know that man. I never watched Queer Eye. Just wasn't my cup of tea. Didn't care about makeovers and that kind of stuff. Not really my thing. But what I can say is, Karamo, you have created your own space. You have a talk show. You know, you have done other things. You've moved into other areas. That show is now a backdrop, I should say, to your success. And if you are moving forward and you are protecting your mental health, do what you need to do. What I will say is, I don't feel like you need to, like, outside of the statement he made yesterday, let that be what it is. And if you do choose to speak on it more in depth, do it in your way, on your turf, in your arena. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to do a sit down interview, do your sit down interview with somebody reputable. Tell your story and be done with it. What I don't want to see happen is, I don't want this to drag on and on and on and on and on, because what's going to happen is, just like white women had their tears, so do white men, especially white gay men. No offense to anybody, but what I don't want is for him to give them the high ground by dragging it out. Does that make sense? He has a right to tell his story. I don't want anybody to misunderstand what I'm saying. He has a right to tell his story. But what somebody has a right to do versus how it's going to be perceived and interpreted is not always the same. And I just don't want people to be like, see, look at him, he's just whining. See, no wonder they didn't like him. Because y'all know there are people that are already ready to be mad at him. There are people that are already ready to find a reason for him to be wrong and for them to be right. And again, I don't know the story. I don't know if this, just because TMZ said it doesn't mean it's true, although TMZ said it. But that doesn't automatically make it true. But what I'm going to say is, if he wants to tell his story, let him tell it and then move on. It'd be different if you didn't have anything else going on. You have a lot of other things going on. And when they say question his life choices, what life choices would those be? Right, Kim, tell your story and then move on. Because I don't know any of these people, but out of all of the people on the show, on this version of Queer Eye, the person I know the most is Karamo. That doesn't mean that those other people haven't done things and haven't moved on to be successful. The only other one I know is the one that I guess is androgynous, that wears the dresses a lot of times. That's androgynous. I don't know their name, so I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I don't know what their pronouns are. I don't know anything. So I don't want nobody to think I'm being disrespectful, but y'all know who I'm talking about, the one that's androgynous. I've seen them on, runways and stuff like that. But outside of that, I mean, not runways, red carpets and stuff. But outside of that, I don't know what any of them people do. But I know that Karamo got a talk show. I know that I've seen Karamo doing hosting and interviews and stuff like that. So, baby, do your thing. That's Jonathan. Okay, thank you, Marilyn. Yeah, just do your thing, boo. If you want to tell your story, I say tell it. You have every right to tell your story. I say tell it, and then keep moving. Because again, the show's over. It's season 10. It's on Netflix, which means they're going to drop the damn episodes. And in a couple of months, it'll be another show. They'll move on. So do your thing. Now I'm going to ask ChatGPT if I need Botox. I'm moving right along. Yeah. What up, Scotty? Hey, boo. I remember Carson, but Carson was on the original Queer Eye, right? This is like the reboot. This isn't the original Queer Eye, right? Carson and I forget who the other people were. That was like the original Queer Eye, and then they did the reboot with Karamo and all of them. But I love Carson. I think Carson is absolutely hilarious. I love Carson, but I didn't even watch the original Queer Eye, but I knew who Carson was. Oh, Carson was on both. Okay. Yeah, I knew Carson was from the original, but I didn't know he did both. Again, I never watched the show. So, all right. So, hold on, y'all. Ooh, excuse me. So, since y'all enjoy getting into white people's business yesterday, I figured we talk about Taylor Swift today because, baby, they got Taylor Swift out here, and it ain't a good look, girls, mamas. It ain't a good look for Miss Taylor out here. Now, let me tell y'all something. I saw Scotty last night being grown. I saw him outside on a school night being grown. I saw you, Scotty, being grown. Now, let me tell y'all something. I told y'all a long time ago that I don't trust Taylor Swift. I done told y'all that. I told y'all I've never, and it's not that I'm not a fan. It's not that I'm not a fan. I don't know that lady. I can't name you 3 Taylor Swift songs. I can name you 2. But I would struggle for the third one. Now, I've probably heard more than 2 Taylor Swift songs, but off the top of my head, I can only give you 2. I know that we're never, ever, ever getting back together. I know that one. And I know shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. That's what I know. Okay. Now, I think I might know, but I don't know if that's her or Miley Cyrus. Who sings a song about better than the USA? Better than the US? Is that Taylor Swift? Is that Taylor Swift or is that Miley Cyrus? One of y'all people to tell me in the chat. So if that is a Taylor Swift song, then I know 3. That's Miley. I thought that was Miley Cyrus. All right. Another love story. I don't know that. You said that the last time, Xavier. I don't know that song. You said another. Let me listen. Hold on. I'm a mute it because I don't need Taylor coming after me. I'm a mute it. But hold on. Let me go over here to YouTube and see if I know this song because Xavier say that every time I say I don't know no Taylor Swift songs, he always say another love story. Hold on. Let me see if I know this song. Another love story. Hold on. And I'm gonna just mute it. Okay, I'm gonna just mute it. I feel like I've probably heard that song playing in the background somewhere, but I didn't know. I don't know it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I might have heard it before, but I don't know them people. I do know Bad Blood. I do know Bad Blood. I do. I do know Bad Blood. But that's when she tried to like. That's when she tried to do like the video was like her as like a superhero, like an Avenger type thing, where she was like doing martial arts and had her hair slicked back and a ponytail and shit. Isn't that when she was trying to like not be country? I feel like that's what she was trying. Blank Space. Okay, I'm gonna try Blank Space too. Hold on. Yeah, I swear I be knowing this lady. I be trying to tell you I don't know this lady, but hold on, Hold on, blank space. Is it blank space Taylor Swift? Okay, hold on. Let me mute it. Hold on, let me mute it. Hold on. I don't know that song. Now I can confidently say I have never heard that song before. Now the first song, the little love song, I feel like I've heard it, but like, on the elevator or something. But I don't know that song. I have never heard that. Y'all said she was dissing Katy Perry. Yeah, I don't know that song. But I remember, I do. Okay, so Bad Blood, Shake It Off, and Never Ever Ever Getting Back Together. I say all that to say this. This is why I don't trust Taylor Swift. I don't trust Taylor Swift. Now she's talented, yes. I was happy when she got her masters back. All of that, great, great, great. But this is why I don't trust that woman. And I was going to call her something else, but I'm gonna call her that woman. Okay. This is why I don't trust that woman. Because I used to watch her at award shows, and she could win 20 awards. And every time she would go, girl, you done won 20 awards. You know it was you. It just seemed disingenuous. Again, I understand you don't want to come off arrogant. I understand that you want people to feel like that you didn't expect to get it. But it was like, it wasn't that. It was surprise, like, girl. And after like 5 or 6 times of that, I was over her. I said, she full of shit. I was like, you playing in my face. Now, again, you don't want to sit there and be like, I knew it was me. I knew it. Like, I get it. You don't want to do that either. But, it's okay to just sit there when they call your name. And then when they say you won, be like, oh my God, yes. Like, it's practice at home. There's a way you can do that. Now, is Scotty still here? Now, when Scotty won that Boss Baby Award after he had already won 3, Scotty did the same thing. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing for he cussed me out. But that's not the, you know what I'm saying? But Taylor Swift, you won Album of the Year, Song of the Year, Songwriter of the Year. You won 20 fucking Grammys, and they still calling your name, and your ass is giving the same reaction the last time as you did the first time. Girl, if you don't sit your ass down. So that's what I ain't never trusted her ass. I never trusted her ass. Okay, wait a minute. Watching really be listening to white people music is the But the funny thing is, I like white music. I just don't listen to her. I don't listen to her. I mean, and again, I've probably heard more of her music, but I just, like in the background or something like that. But I promise you, I don't own not net. I don't have now. Y'all know I'm not a Beyonce fan, but I do own some Beyonce music. And there's some Beyonce songs I absolutely love. But I can confidently tell y'all there's no Taylor Swift or not in their playlist I have. You're going to find Britney Spears before you find Taylor Swift. Right? I'm just messing with you, Scotty. I'm just messing with you, boo. Now, because listen, if they had called my name, y'all would have got a Taylor Swift out of me because, baby, I just knew. I was like, the only chance I felt like I had. Can I tell y'all something? I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I'm going to tell y'all some tea. Should I tell it? So for the Boss Baby Awards, you have to tell them you're going to be there. You have to be present to win. If you tell them you're not coming, they basically take your name out of contention, right? So when you say you coming, right? So y'all know the people I was in the category with, right? So one of them people was Bondi. And Bondi didn't know if she was coming or not. Now, I love Bondi. I do. But I knew that the only chance I had of winning, or I felt like the only chance I had of winning, is if Bondi said she wasn't coming. Because then I'd be like, oh, well, shit. Maybe I could win if Bondi ain't here. Because I think I was also in the category where I think with Alexander Rogers, and I knew he wasn't coming. So I said, well, if Bondi don't come, I might have a chance of winning. But I don't want y'all to take that no kind of way. I love Bondi, and we had a good time that night. We was drinking and we was talking and we had a good time. I didn't feel no kind of way. But I'm just telling y'all that's how I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? I was like, well, if nobody else from my category show up, nigga, I'm in there. Not Ebie said, I stopped trusting white supremacy Barbie when the Klan was crown her their queen and she ain't say nothing. Oh, shit. So I say all this to say about Taylor Swift. I never really trusted her because I felt like that was disingenuous. I felt like she's the kind of person I felt like she has to downplay who she is for whatever reason. Anyway, so with all of that being said, y'all may not have been following this Blake Lively, Justin, what's his name, Bandini lawsuit. Now, I'm going to oversimplify the lawsuit because ain't nobody got time to go through all that whole lawsuit. I'm going to oversimplify the lawsuit. Now, Blake Lively and Taylor Swift used to be friends. I think they friends again, but they were friends and they fell out. Now they friends again, I think. But with that being said, Blake Lively is a white actress. Again, this is white people business, but we in it today. She's a black actress. Her and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, right? Blake Lively did this movie with Justin Bandini. I think something about us. I don't know. Just us, the two of us, because of us, it's all about us. I don't know, something with us in the title. Okay. Well, according to Blake Lively, allegedly was trying to steal the movie from Justin. He was the director and all of that. And she was trying to steal the movie from him, take credit, get all the credit. And she was trying to kick him to the curb. So she accused him of It Is With Us. I knew it was something with us in it. Thank you, Pen. So she was accusing him of inappropriate behavior. All of the things. Inappropriate behavior, yada, yada, yada. He sued her and said basically that she created, a hostile work environment and she was doing all of these things to him and trying to steal his movie. Okay. So that is where the story, that was the lawsuit. Again, it's more detailed than that, but I'm oversimplifying it so we can get to Taylor. So Taylor and Blake were best friends. Now, Taylor Swift had been saying all this time, baby, I don't have nothing to do with this. Don't put me in it. I didn't know nothing about it because she did a song for the movie. And she was like, all I did was give a song. Like, she my friend and all, but I don't have nothing to do with this. Don't put me in it. Don't talk to me. I ain't got nothing to do with it. This, my name Paul, that shit between, I don't have nothing to do with this, right? That's what she been saying this whole time, that she don't have nothing to do with it. It ain't got nothing to do with her. She's not involved in this. Well, the thing about a lawsuit is they have this little thing called discovery. Now, what I find interesting is that Justin Baldini, I believe his lawsuit got thrown out, which is weird. But I wasn't following it, so I don't know why I got thrown out. But because of discovery, now here, through this journey of discovery. I'm sorry. I hear if y'all know the theme song, if y'all know what song that's from, the theme song that's from We Friends. Okay. Let me let y'all listen to a little bit what came out in Taylor Swift's in the text messages between Taylor Swift. It was anti-slap. Thank you, because I didn't follow it. It was anti-slap. Oh, damn. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna let y'all hear. All right. I knew some of y'all was gonna know it half and half. Yup. I'm going to let y'all hear a little bit what happened down to Taylor Swift and these text messages, okay? All right. I'm going to let y'all listen to it. Okay, wait a minute. Damn it, I was listening. Okay, is this it right here? I don't feel like that's the right one. Oh, never mind.
All right, well, this.
Okay. All right, let me let y'all listen to this.
Okay, so what's really crazy is Blake Lively has alleged that she was nearly.
That's the wrong one. Damn it. Sorry, y'all. This the right one.
The Taylor Swift and Blake Lively text messages are finally here, and they are so bad. And we haven't even gotten everything yet. It appears Taylor Swift was a lot more involved than she initially claimed, including the New York Times article. So referring to the New York Times article, Taylor texts Blake saying, "I think this bitch," referring to Justin Baldoni, "I think this bitch knows something is coming because he's gotten out his tiny violin."
So what happened was there was a article in, I believe it was the New York Times, whatever, which was basically a hit piece on Justin Baldoni, and it was like a fluff piece on Blake Lively. So what Taylor Swift is saying, Taylor Swift claimed she didn't know anything about the article until it came out. But the text message proves not only did she know about the article, but she knew that the article was going to be a hit piece on Justin Baldoni. And she was talking to her friend about it, saying, "Oh, I think he knows what's coming because this little bitch, now you calling him a bitch? Now you calling him a bitch? Okay."
Apparently, that text exchange was from the Taylor Swift and Blake Lively text messages are finally here, and they are so bad. And we haven't even gotten everything yet. It appears Taylor Swift was a lot more involved than she initially claimed, including the New York Times article. So referring to the New York Times article, Taylor texts Blake saying, "I think this bitch," referring to Justin Baldoni, "I think this bitch knows something is coming because he's gotten out his tiny violin." And apparently that text exchange was from early December. We know the article dropped in late December, which shows that there was some collusion. There was some planning for weeks. And remember, Baldoni was only contacted right before the article was set to drop. He had less than 24 hours to respond. I think they gave him, 13 hours, and it was overnight. Then there's the use of Taylor Swift's song in the It Ends With Us trailer, where they say that Baldoni was stupid to let Blake use Taylor's song in the trailer. Taylor wrote Blake, "If Justin was strategic, he would be like, no Taylor Swift in the trailer," referring to herself in third person. "No Taylor Swift in the trailer because that gives you, Blake, more power over the film. And that's your ally, not his." And Blake responds, "You are so right. He should have run from your music. How stupid. This was his only shot at having the appearance of an upper hand." And remember, Blake Lively's whole argument is that she had no power on the set. He was the director and the producer and the lead actor. She had no power over this film. Blake also refers to Justin Baldoni as a doofus director and a clown when asking Taylor to endorse her script rewrites. And she even told Taylor, "You don't even need to read the script rewrites, just endorse them for me." And of course, Taylor agreed. And the whole narrative about Taylor not supposed to be at that meeting that Blake was having with Baldoni, remember, she just happened to get there and the meeting was still going on, so then Taylor happened to weigh in. Apparently that wasn't true. It was planned. And Taylor even tells Blake that she would do anything for her. These girls are sick. And after the meeting, Blake texted Taylor and she wrote, "You were so epically heroic today. I recapped every moment to Ryan. I kept remembering stuff. You making shit up about me and lenses and referring to yourself as my doll. This clown falling for it, but also resisting it. You are the world's absolute greatest friend." Listen, I'm doing a full breakdown of all of this.
So if y'all want to go here, he's been reading through all the text messages and doing more breakdowns. His name is Zach Peter on TikTok or at Zach Peter. He also has a podcast where he said he's going to go through all of it. That's just an example. Yeah. Now, let's be clear. This is not going to make the Swifties stop loving Taylor, but it is definitely going to make other people, on the outside be like, yeah, Ryan Reynolds as in Deadpool. That's her husband. Mm-hmm. That means Taylor had to have been involved. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all, let me get off of here because I do want to do Salt Lake City. I should have set it up before we went live so we could just go right over there. But give me about 10 minutes to set it up. It's not going to be a long live because it really wasn't, once again, it wasn't a lot there. But I do want to talk about the last 10 minutes where Meredith and Brittany get into it. So let me give me about 10 minutes to set it up, and I'll see y'all in a few minutes. All right. Peace. They got the other text messages through Discovery because it's a lawsuit. So they subpoenaed her. They subpoenaed the phones.